let's get back to it. What are y'all doing? So we've got the play date set up, the study session set up with Rachel and Sarah. And Sarah was going to take Elliot. Was it Elliot or was it? It was Twitch and Segi, right? Or was it Elliot?
Twitch and Segi, yeah.
It was
Twitch and Segi back. So Elliot and Kat, I think, are the only ones that really don't have any plans right now. What are you guys going to do?
Elliot is gonna go stash his car at his apartment and grab his truck, since that wasn't seen on campus in the general
right.
vicinity of a gunshot.
That's something else we forgot to mention. On the way back from the parking deck, you noticed that Dick Hardwood was in fact in town looking for you, but you were able to give him the slip without him knowing.
Well, Kat is a student, and she's life sciences, so she can at least be around campus and not seem fishy. So more likely than not, she's gonna hang out around the building, like find some benches, act like she's like reading a book or something, just to be there for backup if shit goes south.
Yeah. And then Elliot is going to stash. So, let's go back to the archaeology building then. So we're headed back to the McMurphy building. With,
Real quick, I just want to make a point. Twitch gave everybody his cell phone number. He's staying at his apartment for right now. 'Cause I think we're going to look at the tools tonight, right? Is it after or before the date?
I think it might be after. So
Okay.
you guys
So
have
Twitch
time
is just-
to like sort of rest, recuperate in the afternoon.
Yeah. Twitch.
Is there
Can
any
Twitch go
kind
with?
of
Can
like?
Twitch go with Elliot?
Yeah.
I want to go with Elliot.
See
Is
if
there-
Get out of my apartment.
shitty apartments he lives in.
And what's up? What's up, Kat?
Is there any like overtime? Like you lose a harm after the day? Because we're going tomorrow, aren't we?
If you have under 3 harm, rest and recuperation is enough to reset it.
Okay, cool.
If you have over 4 harm, you are considered unstable. If you are unstable, if you don't do anything to treat your wounds, you will eventually start gaining more harms, and if you don't do anything after that, you will eventually die.
Okay.
And death is a very real thing and a very hard thing to reverse in Monster of the Week. There is ways to do it, such as using big magic, but that might take days or weeks. It might take something that you're not willing to give up. And it might be so dangerous that it could cost a life more so than it would save one.
Mm.
But yeah, so I assume, Kat, since you had those big old scratches and you just taken a shower at Twitch's place, do you want to like rest and recuperate while you're there?
Yeah, definitely. I had
Alright,
2 harm.
Yeah, but Twitch is gonna go. He's gonna go with Elliot, and as like he and Elliot are leaving the apartment, he's like, he's like, oh shit, wait a minute, hold on, let me grab something, and he, so he's got the 32 in his bag that he
his
carries.
purse gun.
Right. He walks over to the couch where he's sort of like got the pillows and like the blanket set up.
As a quick question, is the purse gun just like a regular purse gun, or is it like one that he may have taken from his mom and it's got like that shitty pink camo on it?
It's Twitch. No, it's definitely his. A part of his backstory is he because of the reason his paranoia has just gone unchecked for so long, as he was in and out of like foster homes, so he never really had like a mom
That's right.
or a dad.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah. So he's got the purse gun. He goes over to his couch where the pillow and like the blanket had been set up around where he set up his computer. He sticks his hand underneath the couch and pulls out a full 12 gauge shotgun, pump action shotgun, and he walks towards the door and says, "Just in case we need this, can I put this in the trunk of your car?"
Yeah.
Cool.
Sean
problem.
looks very shocked because he was sitting about 2 inches from that and earlier had just tossed that couch to sit down.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. And then he goes over and underneath the cushion, he pulls out a box of shells. He's like, it's not loaded. We should probably take these 2.
Yeah. That'd be a good idea.
I just realized how crazy and weird that might sound to Daniel, because like the stereotype of, oh yeah, in America there's just a whole bunch of guns. What just happened is not that unheard of in the South.
Yes. He's got a shotgun under his couch. Whatever.
Most people keep him under their mattress, but I guess if he's using the couch as a mattress,
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
But yeah. So you guys are headed to the apartments.
My mom
Yeah.
slept with her gun under her pillow the other night because she saw somebody in the driveway.
Cool.
That's dangerous.
Oh
That's an
yeah,
easy way to that's an easy way to
America.
lose your ear.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are heading to the waters. So once again, in order to get there, you have a couple of options. Are you gonna walk, or are you gonna try and take the Pontiac?
we're gonna take the Pontiac.
Yeah, I gotta put the shotgun in the trunk. I'm not walking through town with the shotgun after the gunshot was heard on campus.
All right. So Dick Hardwood still is kind of like looking around the area.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate, but he doesn't really have any leads to go off of, so he's basically inspecting. He's trying to get into the parking garage to like try and inspect things, but the other attendant on duty that is currently there, because your shift is up.
It's probably
Twitch.
Michael's. It's probably Michael. Yeah.
So yeah, Michael.
What
is,
time? Actually, what time is it? What time is it?
I'd say that it's probably about like 3 in the afternoon by the time you guys get here.
So it's 24 hours a day. We each have 6-hour shifts. Twitch usually goes from 6 a.m. to 12. Michael usually goes from 12 to 6, and then Brennan is from 6 to 12. Does that make sense? And then there's a fourth guy who goes from 12 to 6, and then Twitch takes over for him. But
Yeah. So Michael is currently there, and do you guys approach the scene, or are you trying to figure out what's going on? It looks like Dick is currently talking to Michael.
Is there a
I just realized I have to
Back
walk to the
entrance.
parking garage with the shotgun, so Twitch is not going to bring that. And
I was
just realized we
gonna, I
have
was
to-
gonna wonder when that was gonna cross your mind.
Yeah, I just realized we have to walk. So never mind. Twitch does not. He shows it to Elliot and is just like, just in case we need it, it's here, and puts it back on the couch for the shells.
we can always get in the car, then park out front, then run up
Then
and go get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He lives
yeah,
on the first
But,
floor, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
There's
does.
no running up or anything.
Yeah, he just
But,
run to the door, run inside, and hope that Miles isn't sitting outside.
Is there a back entrance to the parking deck or construction?
Yeah, there's the
scaffolding?
there's the maintenance entrance on the other side. It's on it's okay. So if the parking garage is here, right? The maintenance entrance is back here. Are you recording the map as well? Can they see
I
the
am.
things?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the blue and gold elephant. The maintenance entrance is on this back street here. It's on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through that maintenance entrance.
Yeah, I have a key, so that is probably a wise idea. I don't like. Like you said, that cop is looking for you. What the fuck does he want?
Uh,
And I say this as I'm
Long
ushering. I say this as I'm ushering Elliot around the back side of the parking garage.
it's a long story.
He kind of looks like somebody who's named Dick Hardwood. You know
Mm-hmm.
that that you said that's his real name.
Yeah, I'll tell you the story on the way to the apartment.
Hey, just keep an eye out, right? I don't. Make sure we're not being followed by any more of those fucking monsters while we're out here.
Yeah.
So are you attempting to keep an eye out?
Yeah, just keep an eye out as we're like going around the back side here.
And
Then you
to
can-
casually sneak on by.
You can make the first roll of the session.
Oh my!
Oh,
no.
You want me to read a bad
I
situation?
want you to read a bad situation.
No. Oh fuck. Okay, so I roll sharp, and let me pull up read a bad situation. Okay, cool. Okay, sharp. No forwards. 7.
7. All right. So
Oh.
a 7 is a mixed success. You get to hold 1. You can ask me any question from the list, and I'll read the list for the viewers who do not,
Okay,
who
so
do not
I-
have it. There's what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what is the best way to protect the victims? Obviously, not all of these will apply to every situation.
Right. Like I've already got my best way in and out because I have a key to the maintenance store. What are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
No, there are not.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool.
Everything
And so
looks
how
good
that
so
works
far.
is they roll the dice, which I should probably have pulled up right here. There it is. He rolled a bad situation with sharp, so that's 7. I have to answer truthfully based off of the information that they have available to them. So obviously I can't feed them false information if they ask me a legitimate question, but I also won't tell them stuff that they wouldn't have been able to figure out without a little bit of their own snooping.
I don't like
Yeah.
the way you said that.
Everything looks good to me. I don't see anything out of ordinary, but who knows these days?
Well, so
Correct.
I'll tell you, if I tell you, like, if you roll and you ask, are there any dangers we haven't noticed? If I tell you no, there are none.
Right, but I know that Twitch is paranoid. That's sort of
Yes.
like Twitch's
But
paranoid.
I was just
nature.
saying, like, for Blake's sake, he was like, I don't like the way you said that, like, to their knowledge, because, like, if you're looking and you're trying to say, like, what's the best way to protect the victims, I might be able to help you with that, but, like, I'm not going to be able to give you a solution that you probably wouldn't have been able to notice. You know? Like, I wouldn't be able to give you the solution. Oh, well, if you just all prayed and clapped your hands, everything would work. But, like, if a water tower is falling and you ask what's the best way to protect the victims, the best way to protect the victims is to get them out from underneath the falling water tower.
Right.
Like, I'm going to give you relatively easy and precise, like, instructions when you ask me questions after those.
Okay, so now we just got to try to not get noticed as we walk around.
We're going
Well, you're
into
going-
the
you're
maintenance
going in the back entrance.
Yeah, we're
So
going
you're
into the
not
maintenance
you're
entrance.
not going to get noticed by anybody going through the back entrance.
We are going to get noticed when we drive out.
We might get noticed by maintenance, but that's about it, you know?
But you're
I
also
mean-
there, so well, we'll see
Yeah.
how it goes. So, you're entering in via the maintenance corridor, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, as you enter in through the maintenance corridor, you can't help but notice that there is a. I really should just have a note page that has like character names written on it. I'm just gonna make that a thing. I'm just gonna do it as like a notepad rather than having it as a thing. Where's my notepad? I could probably take physical notes as well, but I'm just gonna do it this way. You go through, and as you're kind of like making your way through the maintenance closet, doing your best to like act cool and be natural, around the corner comes Adam, the janitor.
Hey, Adam.
Hey there, Sonny. Who's your fella?
Oh, this is my brother Elliot. We were on this side, and he's got his car's parked in there. So while we were walking around, we need to get his car. I figured we would, just use this door to get his car. Since I had a key.
He just kind of reaches his hands out. Very, very serious. Nice to meet you.
I need at least one of y'all to roll to manipulate someone.
What's your charm?
-1.
All right, I'll roll. Okay.
I can use tough to manipulate, but that's only
Nah, that's only if you're intimidating.
That's like a,
yeah, we're not
that's like a
intimidating.
threat.
I'm just gonna roll with my +1 charm. Ooh, 5. I need this to work. I'm gonna use the luck.
Specifically with threats of violence.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't need this man asking too many questions and like alerting the authority that is out front.
All right, so you
I've
use
marked-
a luck point. In which
yeah, I've
case
marked
you
my
get,
luck.
In which case, so you get a luck point. So you
Oh
use
yeah,
the luck
and
point.
I get my flake special.
Mhm.
So when you spend luck, pick an aspect of the current situation. The keeper tells you what other conspiracies that aspect connects to. Is the janitor in on it?
No, the janitor's not in on it.
Okay, cool. I just needed to know.
No, the janitor is not in on any of this.
Okay, cool.
He's just a janitor. He's confused as to why you're using the maintenance entrance. Yeah, so rather than taking the fail, which would have given you an experience point, but I would have taken a hard move against you, you used a luck point. So you now have used 2 out of your 8 luck points that you get throughout the entire game.
Yep.
The only way to regenerate luck points in this game is there's technically 2 ways. You
And
can
advanced
in the
improvement.
crooks you can do it with the advanced skill, which is just whenever you level up. If you've leveled up 5 times, you have advanced. I'm going to show on Twitch's character sheet here.
Yep.
One of the advanced options is to regain a luck point. That's just one of the things that you can do. Erase 1 used luck point. Another thing that you could do is in the Crooks playbook, they have a thing that is a found, quote-unquote, found artifact. That artifact can be basically used as a protective... You can get a lucky charm and that can be used as a luck point once. So you can technically get another luck point by taking that move and having a lucky charm. So you have used 2 of your 8 luck points. Once you use all of them up, you're in a status known as doomed.
Yep.
But yeah, the janitor kind of like blinks a couple times and goes, "All right, well, Gabe, I hope you and sorry, I didn't catch your brother's name.
Elliot.
Elliot. Well, I hope you and Elliot are having a good catch-up session, and I'll let you back to it." And he just walks by.
Thanks. Have a good day. And we just like speed on past and exit through the maintenance entrance and go to wherever Elliot parked.
Yep, and then we gotta drive out with dude possibly still at the entrance.
Yep.
If you want, I could drive your car and you could hide in the trunk.
It's
a very recognizable Firebird.
Damn it. What did you do to this guy?
Long story short, we were friends in high school, and then I broke his sister's heart, and then he became a cop.
Is that a lie?
No.
That's another thing is from Twitch, from the Flakes playbook, Twitch always knows if somebody's lying to him.
Yeah, he has suspicious minds, so if someone lies, he knows that they lie. He doesn't get like insight as to what the truth is. He just knows that they lied.
He just knows that they lied.
It's not necessarily 100% the truth, but it's true.
Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. Dude, I can use my sharp instead of my charm to manipulate someone.
Yes, because you've got it all fits.
Can we re-roll that with sharp to see if I need to spend a luck?
Rather than re-rolling it, you rolled a 2.
Oh,
you rolled 2 2, so you rolled 4. What is your sharp?
My sharp is +2, so it would have been a 6.
Would have been a 6. So
yeah, so it wouldn't have succeeded anyway. Yeah.
Well, Elliot could have helped out with his plus cool.
Oh yeah,
that could have brought it up to a 7, which is a mixed success.
Yeah. Do you want to try and roll plus cool?
Instead of wasting a luck point, you could do that.
See if we could bring it up to at least a mixed success, so I don't have to do a spend the luck.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will need Elliot to go ahead and roll to help out.
Is it plus cool?
It's plus cool,
it's
yeah.
Plus cool.
No forward.
That is an 11. That is a complete success. So that is 1 forward, I believe. 1 forward and no other problem. So yeah, that would be a 7. In which case that is a mixed success. So when you're attempting to manipulate somebody, they will do what you're asking to do, which is, well, actually, you know what? This makes more sense when you guys were doing this. Rather than trying to manipulate somebody, maybe act under pressure instead, because you're like trying to just walk by and act like you're here. You're not trying to manipulate him into letting you go. You're just trying to act like this is normal.
That is a whole different set of rolls. You want us to just roll for that instead?
Because it's nah, we've already done this. We'll just go with the manipulate somebody. So they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now that shows them that you mean it. If you ask too much, they'll tell you what, if anything, it would take for them to do it. So he's kind of looking at you skeptically, and Elliot kind of says, what do you say to help out, Elliot? You're trying to convince him that you're his brother.
Yeah, me and Twitchy go way back. I actually had to move away for work, but I'm back visiting.
Okay. Oh, well, I suppose only a couple of people really know his nickname, so if you know that, you must know him well enough. I believe that to show that you meant it, giving Twitch's nickname, considering you moved away from home, right? Like, yeah. Okay, so
me?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, Gabriel moved away from home.
There wasn't really like a home. It's just like he's 18, so like he's not an adult, so you can't exactly adopt him. So he just left.
He just left. So basically, the only people that know Twitch's nickname are people that Twitch talks to personally, and people that knew him from before. So
He is
dropping.
definitely confided. He is definitely confided in the janitor before.
So you knowing Twitch's nickname is probably enough as a show that you know him well. So
Even
that we'll
he
say that is how you
literally
get
told
by
me
instead.
The first time we met.
So yeah, go ahead and well, here's the other thing is like Twitch does not trust it. Like Twitch barely trusted you at all. But the thing is like he got that twitch about him. About
You asked that question. You asked, is there anything I need to be worried about in town? Right?
And that's really
how
all
it
he
started.
needed to know. Most people would look at Twitch and then like not bother. In which case that's why, but in this scenario it worked. So, you guys first off, you don't use that luck point. So you've used 1 of your 8, so you have 7 left.
Yeah.
And you guys are at the Firebird.
Okay, so how do we get this shit out of here without Dickhead, whatever the fuck his name is, stopping us?
If he's still there, I'm just gonna drive fast.
But you have to give your ticket to Michael. He's on duty.
Fuck.
Otherwise, the gate doesn't come up.
Fuck. Well, I think we'll just play it by ear.
Okay. All right. Now, when you say this guy's a cop, does that mean he has like the power to arrest you, or does there have to be like probable cause or whatever? Like I don't know how this thing works. All right. I usually avoid
He's a
cops.
he's a detective, but technically speaking, I don't have a warrant out right now.
Right now. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, I don't care about the rest. We'll discuss that later. But right now is all that's important.
Yeah. So we should be able to drive out of here. He's mainly he wants evidence, and he can detain me for up to 48 hours.
What if we just ignore him? What if we just you give Michael your ticket, he lets the gate up, and we just say sayonara, Captain Dickhead, and we drive past him.
That's the plan.
All right. Cool. All right. This is really gonna suck. I don't like cops.
Me either. You know what? I'll let you in on the full story. Long story short, in high school, we were friends. He was bullied a lot for his name. He holds grudges way too hard. I kind of broke his little sister's heart, and then he became a cop, and there was some situation in which I was a suspect in a murder, but there was, like, I obviously didn't commit the murder, but he thinks I did, so now he's trying to arrest me.
Huh. Well, if you can't prove it, Twitch, get to the car.
Alright, so I guess we'll drive up to the gate.
All right. So as you drive up to the gate, you hear the back end of a conversation, which sounds a little something like this. Michael is just sort of sitting. He is reading a Game Informer as well. His is a little bit newer than
Michael is like, I'll give you like a rundown on Michael because he's the only one that matters right now. Michael is like fresh into college. He's like a sophomore. He's like 19 or 20 years old. He's just kind of like a stoner, like whatever, man, kind of like guy, you know.
All right, so he's got his smartphone out then, like he's just on his smartphone
just
scrolling
like,
through like Twitter or something.
Yeah,
like just barely paying attention, and you hear the back half of a conversation, and it's just Dick saying, "Listen, I need to get in there to investigate something. I am an investigator, and you are currently obstructing the law." And all you hear Michael say is, "You got a warrant? Can't get in there without a warrant. Or I guess if you had a car, I could let you in." And that's the very end of the conversation. You hear as you pull up. Dick absolutely notices the car. I need you guys to well, what do you do? What you see? You're still trying to just like roll out like you know nothing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Twitch is probably looking at Michael, and he's like leaning sort of out of the window, and he's got like Elliot's ticket in his hand. He's sort of like waving it, like, "Come on, Michael, let's get out of here. Let's get the show on the road."
All right. Act under pressure.
Oh shit. Okay. You want me to do that, or you want?
Since I assume Elliot's the one driving, correct?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and act under pressure?
Act under pressure is plus cool.
Plus cool,
Yeah.
and keep in mind you also have your
I'm
plus one
driving.
forward for
You
driving.
get, yeah. You're even cooler somehow.
That is an
Look at
11.
Look at
That is a complete success. So yeah, as you roll up, Dick looks at you like straight in the eyes, and he sees Elliot, but Elliot is just so like nonchalant and just like hands the ticket over to Michael. Michael lets you out, and then you just drive away. That he doesn't even get a word. Like you literally only rolled your window down long enough for you to hear Dick yelling, "Elliot, Elliot, Elliot!" and you're just already gone. Like you didn't give them the time of day. You're just out of there.
I wave out the window.
That was close. That was
Yeah.
close.
That could have went so much worse.
You see him running after you, but it's very clear like he is here on foot somehow. Like
He
Like
walked
maybe,
from
like
New
maybe,
York.
like maybe Dick isn't exactly like the best investigator, and so he's basically just like hopped a couple of greyhounds to get here. He does not have the means to maybe chase you right now.
He does not have
yeah.
a plan yet.
He
Does
gotta
not have
hop
a
into
plan.
camp
He
to-
just he
Come
was
that
hoping that,
Firebird.
he was hoping that if he could chase you here, eventually you would get tired and give up. That is clearly not the case, and so he doesn't know what to do anymore. Yeah, you guys are able to pull out and are headed toward. You guys are pulling out and heading toward
The waters.
the Emerald Estates. Yeah, the Waters, your apartment complex. But yeah. So you guys make your way to the Waters.
I kind of park behind the building, which is like where all the parking is.
Okay.
It's like there's a fence all around the complex, and a little driveway goes all the way around the back, and there's like maybe 9 cars back there.
Mm-hmm.
I just pull up next to this like absolute piece of shit, half rusted 1991 gray Ford Ranger.
It's
This-
gray. Is it like painted gray, like somebody spray painted it gray, or is it gray as in like it just rolled off the factory gray?
Like almost like gunmetal gray, but like flat instead of glossy.
Yeah, like you did it like it was done aftermarket, but like not very well aftermarket.
And it's like most of the paint and the side is rusted. He literally paid $200 for this truck and got it working.
Perfect.
This
Alright,
but-
is your other car?
Yeah.
Dude,
And he's gonna
how do
take
you
a
go
shot.
from that to that?
Well, I needed something that wasn't as obvious as this.
You can get less obvious and not drive a piece of shit. Come on, man. I don't even have a car, and I wouldn't be caught dead in this thing.
That thing cost $200, man.
200. Well, that definitely shows.
And he'll get out. He'll put the shotgun under the back seat of the truck, and then the doors around to the side,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll I guess he'll lead them to the just a quick tour of the apartment, almost.
Okay. Anything to note about the general area? Anybody in the area that is of note? Or I guess you really wouldn't know that yet because you just got here.
No, I don't know my neighbors at all. As a note, though, this river and the lake right here are kind of dirty, like green water.
Yeah.
Kind of dirty. That figures, yeah.
But the apartment itself is very small. It's like 450, maybe 500 square feet.
As you look outside where the water is, you see a couple of like half-naked children just like splashing around in the water. And there is what you assume to be or hope to be just a stay-at-home dad and not somebody completely and totally unemployed, sitting in a lawn chair in a wife beater with a cigarette in one hand and a beer in the other, yelling, "Cletus, get out of the water!"
This is, dude, you gotta get a nicer place. This is, Wow.
It was all I could come up with last minute.
I gotta say, one thing about this place though, nobody comes out here. Probably don't have to worry about anybody watching you while you're out here.
So the apartment itself is very shitty. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath. Opening the door immediately to the left, there's a tiny kitchen. Like barely enough room for one person. Following that into a slightly larger living room, which literally just has a futon, a pretty decent TV, like maybe a 50-inch LCD, and a coffee table with like 4 ounces on it, just in Ziploc bags.
Oh, like weed, like marijuana.
Yeah.
Just straight weed.
Oh
Hanging
shit,
out on the
dude.
counter.
Twitcher walks in and he just like shuts the door behind him. He's like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
Hey man, I don't judge. Don't judge.
That's fair, I guess. I can't smoke this stuff. It makes me paranoid.
That's fair.
That makes you paranoid.
He doesn't open
Just
the
triggers
door to
constantly when he smokes.
He doesn't open the door to the bedroom,
No
but the
high or
bedroom
low.
is the bedroom is literally only big enough for like a dresser and a twin size bed. But it's okay because he's short, so that works. The bathroom is literally the size of a walk-in closet, and honestly looks like a hallway closet.
Mm-hmm.
This is not luxury living.
No.
If Mal is
then
back,
again-
what are Kat and Sarah doing at this point?
Yeah, so now that you guys are at the apartment, we'll go ahead and cut over to Kat and Sarah. Kat and Sarah,
Hi.
you are attempting to plan a... Well, what are you guys doing? You're both back still at Twitch's apartment. What are you guys doing? What do you want to do?
Well, we got off the phone with Rachel, and I guess I was gonna talk about what I was planning to do in the morning once this whole thing started. So I'm meeting her in the McMurphy lab at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to swing by, what was it, Stardo's? Yeah, Stardo's. And pick everybody
Space
up.
Does.
Space
Space
Does.
Does.
Space Does,
Yes.
which we don't have on the map. Space Does is right next to Equals MC Squared, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're in the
Somewhere
they're in the
square.
same.
The square is
they're in the
generally
same
just
strip
the
mall.
student center. Like
Yeah,
the rector.
in the
I'll go
same
ahead.
little
I'll go
strip
ahead and
mall.
mark it in for us. A nice,
Is
a
it-
nice proper Space Does green.
Is
Perfect.
it pretty close to the McBorger?
Big
Big
burger. Big burger.
It's right up. It's right up there next to the synagogue's fried chicken.
Yeah. Synagogue's fried chicken.
If it wasn't clear,
Put
by
it
the
on the
way,
map.
yes. If it wasn't clear, by the way, everything in our town has to be like, even if it's basically an actual brand, we're making them not name brands. So this
If
is
we want to
Space
keep it
Does.
like a super off name brand, like the synagogues fried chicken would be like or,
Church's
like
chicken.
synagogues would be like synagogues like fried fish.
Yeah. That's even better. Synagogue's fried fish.
I don't want to go to that restaurant. Not a fan of fried fish.
Oh, come on. Fried fish is great.
What if it was Lieutenant D's instead?
Lieutenant
Well,
J's. Lieutenant J's.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna at least put like Lieutenant J's is gonna be a let's see here, what color can I grab? It's gonna be this orange dot right down here. Everything's on Main Street. We're gonna make something off of Main Street. Lieutenant J's is like back in this corner over here.
Nobody eats
not-
Lieutenant J's.
Yeah, it's like not
Nobody
quite
eats
good
Lieutenant
enough.
J's.
It's like
Lieutenant
not
J's
on
is
Main
the
Street.
only fried fish that I like.
It's
Yeah,
somehow
but like Lieutenant J's is popular among the student base specifically for getting incredibly hungover. And
They
then
have
like
some-
that's the hangover food is for some reason this Lieutenant J's opens up at like 9 in the morning. Like
the
and it
only
does not
reason
serve
that
they
the
do not serve
lieutenant-
breakfast. They do not serve breakfast. It is just fried fish. But they
Yeah.
know their market because that's when all the hungover students are showing up and getting this greasy, gross fried fish with like the hush puppies and the fries. And it's like the
Yeah.
perfect hangover food.
Oh, but those
Yeah.
hush puppies are killer.
it's the only reason they're in business. They don't sell
I don't
any
know how
other
to spell
food.
Lieutenant.
No one knows how to spell lieutenant.
just put lt.j.
Yes.
lt.j's with the
Apostrophe
with
S,
the apostrophe yes, Lieutenant J's.
Yeah.
Lieutenant J's fried fish. We got Space Doughs, and we've got E equals MC squared.
Lieutenant J's actually ran their rival business, Short Tim Gold's, out of town a couple of years back.
Short Tim Gold.
Half of these episodes are just going to be us coming up with shitty
Coming up with ridiculous off-brand
Let's see.
restaurants.
So the end of today's episode, did we learn anything new about the world? Yes, we
we
did.
we learned about the existence of
Short Tim J's.
Short Tim J's and their now since ended rivalry with
Short Tim Golds.
Short Tim Golds. With the only remaining fried fish server in the area, Lieutenant J's.
Let's get back to the mystery.
Yes, let's get back to the mystery. So, what are you guys doing? So,
I'm going to talk about my plan for tomorrow.
mm-hmm.
So, I'm thinking, did we decide it was just going to be me and Sean? Or did you want to come too, Sarah? What are you feeling? Not Sarah. I'm Sarah.
Wait a minute, that's me.
Kat?
You're a little out of it. You were just possessed by a pharaoh.
Was just possessed by Pharaoh. Kat, are you going with us to the lab tomorrow?
Yeah. I don't know if you're able to bring me in too, but I'm okay with not. I can just hang out around outside.
Just don't leave the room that I'm not in. Like, you have to be escorted by a student or faculty member.
That's fine. I'll come in then.
Cool.
A little bit of backup.
All right, always sounds good. So here's my step-by-step plan. I don't know how it's gonna end, but here's my starting out plan. So we agreed to meet there at 10 a.m. I'm gonna go by Space Doughs, and I'm gonna pick up everybody some coffee. That's important.
Oh, bless it.
That's important because Rachel once told me, well, several times actually, her favorite coffee is strawberry cheesecake mocha latte, which sounds disgusting, but it's
No,
her
that
favorite.
sounds delicious.
I think it sounds disgusting.
You're not here right now, Elliot.
I don't know how strawberry and coffee would go together. That's not my deal, but I'm not gonna shit on it. I mean, that seems like it could be somebody's favorite.
But here's the thing. I hate it. Everyone else in our classes hate it. So if she does not like it, we know that's not Rachel. That's like our first clue.
Okay. That's a good plan.
Or you could get her like the wrong coffee and see if she complains about it.
You're not there either.
That's very true. It's very true.
I just think it's very specific enough to not be, obvious. Haha, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or haha, we know. And then, if that doesn't work, then we have Sean who's going to be joining us. And I will mention that Sean has figured out how to read a little bit of the tablet that we were unable to translate. He says it says something about souls. And apparently that's the trigger word.
Yeah, I missed out the triggering part, but damn it, Chad hurts and Lance is an asshole in more ways than one. He was whining. I'm just glad that I don't have to deal with him right now. That was always so annoying in class. So, if things trigger, I will be there to do the thing again.
Well, that's all I got. I don't know what we're doing after that. That's all I got.
Well, exit plans would be a good idea. Or if she does trigger and suddenly like morph into like an armadillo thing or whatever, I don't know. We got that Scyther, Pokemon ass dude, and then Brass Knuckles boy. I have no idea what else could possibly happen. But we should be prepared to run/fight, or if things don't happen, we should, probably regroup back here.
All right.
Is there a TV in Twitch's apartment? Because after that, she would try to like turn on the TV and just kind of like chill out and like lean, not be very obvious about it, but like try to like.
There is a TV. It's only the only channel it gets is Fox News.
Oh
There is
god.
not. No, there,
Oh god.
there is not a TV. Gabe does not have a TV. He has a computer, and he just is on his computer usually when he's like bored.
It's probably locked. It's just knowing Twitch for this long, how he is as a person is probably locked. So, Kat's gonna
It-
dick off on her phone and kind of like
it-
lean closer to Sarah, but like
It
not be
100%
obvious.
is locked.
Yeah.
It was 100% locked.
Yeah, we're done. We know what our plan is. So
Yeah.
I think we're ready to just chill out and wait for everybody
Relax.
to regroup back here.
So then we are going to flash cut forward. It is the night before the plan. Does anybody want to do anything tonight?
I can't-
So it's the same day, just later in the day, because we're
Yeah,
just gonna do this tomorrow.
it's probably like nighttime. Has anybody done anything since?
Nothing important.
Elliot obviously just packed a bag with some extra clothes, grabbed some extra ammo, and would have went back, I guess, later with Twitch to the apartment.
At some point during, like, Kat would now formally actually take out her gun and like clean it and check it, like do a little
Does
maintenance.
everybody in this campaign own a gun?
Yeah.
Yes, we're in the South.
I can change it.
No. It's fine. It's fine. I just I forgot that literally everybody has the option to just fucking take a gun at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's like this one says pick 2 weapons.
Yeah,
And
you've
then
got
gun, knife.
yeah, literally everybody has access to like 5 different guns.
I didn't want to
I
take
get-
a gun, but that was the only option I had.
I got some anime ass options. I have gun, big knife, brass knuckle, sword, and a huge sword.
So I took 9mm and shotgun, but my options were gun, shotgun, hunting rifle, big knife, baseball bat, fully automatic submachine gun, and fully automatic
God.
assault rifle.
Holy shit! Like everybody at least chose a gun that made like the most sense to their character. So I guess I should be happy about that.
My options were gun, knife, gun, a garrote, a watchman's flashlight, brass knuckles, and then a folding knife.
I chose the
chose-
guns I have in real life.
I chose a 38 revolver because it was the tiniest.
Like yours is definitely like a purse gun style
Mhm.
like thing. Like it's not quite as concealable as Twitch's. What does he have? A 9mm?
Here's a holdout. It's a holdout. It's a 32.
Okay, it's a 32. Okay.
I have one of those nice little mother of pearl handles, like the fancy kind.
Yours was one that you definitely like. Whenever your parents found out that you were going to Egypt, was like, you don't know what it's like in a new country. Like, go ahead and like have one of
Eat
these.
this
I
on
was
the plane.
I was somehow able to put that in my luggage.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
TSA is a scam.
yeah.
TSA is a scam.
But
Or better yet, no, they gave you money and you were able to purchase the gun there, and then because you had it like in your luggage, like in checked luggage, not on something that was like coming with you, it was able to come back with you.
But I think that night we were gonna go to the archaeology building and like Sarah's gonna escort us in, right?
Well, no, that's not until the morning because of the study session.
Oh,
Or
okay.
were
doing-
you
okay,
guys
yeah.
gonna at least get a little extra info while you were there?
I mean, we can go by tonight, and I can review my notes for Kutum. What was it? It was Khnum Khufu.
Khufu, yeah.
Khnum Khufu.
Khnum Khufu, which was the pharaoh that is inhabiting the amulet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could all try to like. We could all or like a couple of us head over to the archaeology department with Sarah and like read stuff and try to find that name in a text and like learn more about him.
Yeah, do some good old-fashioned research on what's going on. What some might call investigating a mystery.
Yes.
Yeah.
That thing that you guys can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so really quick, while you guys are on your way there, you hear a scream in one of the alleyways on your way to the school. We'll say you were making you guys were probably all met back up at the Golden Elephant, or Golden Living. Sorry, Golden Living. You probably made your way back to Golden Living and then proceeded down back toward the McMurphy building. And on your way, in an alleyway down in this area right here, which is just like a street away, but like in the opposite direction of the McMurphy building, you hear a scream.
We probably would have walked, so they didn't have to bump around in the bed of a shitty pickup truck.
Yeah,
We probably
Twitch is
would have
on
just
his
walked.
Twitch is on his board.
Yeah, Twitch does have a longboard. That is true.
Yeah,
That
he's
is
on
one of
his
the things that he
longboard.
was able to take with him. Actually, technically speaking, that's actually like a trait from one of the other playbooks, is having access to a longboard.
Really?
The mundane gains access to a means of transportation, a skateboard, like some skates, or like a bike.
Roller skates, yeah.
For the purposes
So
of
then,
this,
yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever, we'll say for the purposes of this, you're not good enough on that longboard to actually use it in any way other than just being lazy.
Yeah, just to get around. Yeah,
Yeah.
to not have to walk. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, the three of you, hear a scream.
Is it a feminine or a masculine scream?
It is a feminine scream.
Cool.
The three of us. Who else here?
I assume. Well, it's you, Sarah, and Sean, who the player had to step away for a minute, so I will be stepping in as Sean.
Right, but I thought Kat said she wanted to go, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we all just decided
Okay.
to
If
go.
you're all going, then yeah, totally. So the five of you hear a scream.
Well, Sarah's first reaction, I was just curious if it was feminine or masculine. Sarah's first reaction would be to have her phone in hand and head towards that screen.
Be
All
prepared
right.
to record and
I guess
or
we're going
call.
that way. And Twitch starts to follow her on his board, and he reaches into his bag and he pulls out like a big ass fucking like a mag light, like a cop flashlight, and he turns it on and starts like shining it up the alleyway.
Elliot would just kind of reach into his pocket, pull out a really it's still a folding knife, but it's like folds out to the size of a hunting knife.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was one of my weapons. Was a
a
Watchman's
mag light.
flashlight. Yeah, Watchman's flashlight. So it's just a big ass pop mag light.
Big
It
ass
has
heavy
the-
metal
is-
mag light.
Yeah, it is one harm and it has the hand feature,
Mhm.
the hand tag.
All right. As you turn the corner, and look down the alleyway, you shine your light, and in the alleyway you see a very large cloaked figure standing over what looks like an unconscious woman's body.
Oh shit!
And well, what do you want to do?
It looks like a what? Sorry, you cut out.
An unconscious woman's body.
Well, no, who? Somebody over top of them, or was
Yeah,
it
it's
just
like
somebody?
a large- he said it was a large-
large cloaked figure
They're standing looming over them.
looming over the
Elliot.
unconscious woman's body.
Would probably tackle the figure.
Connie's
Um,
or cat. Oops. Fuck. Cat.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Elliot, since you're trying to tackle them, are you trying to hurt them, or are you just trying to like knock them to the ground?
Just trying to knock him to the ground.
All right, so I'll make this an act under pressure and not a kick some ass roll.
Okay, act under pressure. That is cool. Yeah.
Roll plus
Oh
cool.
yeah.
That's a 9. That is a middling success. That means you rolled and the blue text means you rolled 1 6 and 1 1. But plus 2 is a 9.
Blake just can't fail a roll. He's never gonna
Right.
get
I'm
XP
not
for failing a
leveling
roll.
up.
You're never leveling up. Consequently, you'll never fail, but you're never leveling up. So yeah, on a middling excess, Keeper's going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. So yeah, you can knock this guy down to the ground, and you do so. As you knock him down to the ground, you notice that there was something going on that like you didn't previously notice because you kind of just rushed in. And you take 1 harm as this sort of black energy that was originally around the girl comes in contact with you as you make contact with him, and you take 1 harm, ignoring armor.
I don't have armor anyway.
There you go. So yeah, you take 1 harm, but you did knock him to the ground. All right. What does
Cat-
anybody else want to do?
Cat's gonna move forward and like, did we see the black shit like touch Elliot?
I'll say that probably, yeah. I mean, if he did this, you saw him move forward. Yeah, you would notice that out from the man's hand, the large cloaked figure's hand, there was some black energy that hit Elliot.
So Cat is gonna move towards the front of him, like if he got knocked over, like the other side, and immediately her mouth distorts and morphs, and she's ready to attack, but she is waiting, and she just kind of hunches over, and she like her bestial aura seems to grow even like deeper as she just stares this dude down with this maw of canine fangs. Or
God,
yeah,
that's mildly disturbing.
yes, yes.
All right.
Throw a little bit of uncanny valley.
Yeah, Uncanny Valley in with the whole situation. All right. So yeah, as you get to where you are and you're doing that, the creature that you have tackled is going to Elliot is going to grab you by the wrist, or he's going to attempt to grab you by the wrist. Do you want to try and resist that?
Actually, can I allow him to grab my wrist, but try to like pull him forward and knee him in the face when he does?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll to kick some ass. That is a perfect success. It's a 6 and a 5. So on a 10 plus on a kick some ass roll, you deal damage. If you're just trying to knee him, it's going to be 1 harm, but but you get 1 extra effect. You can gain the advantage, which is take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, which is increase the harm by 1. You suffer less harm, which is -1 harm, or you force them where you want them.
I'm gonna force him where I want, so like as he grabs my wrist and I just yank him forward and knee him in the face, I kind of maneuver around him and kind of using how his arm is on my wrist, grab it and just kind of trap him in like a full Nelson.
Okay. He does still have a hand on your arm. And you take 2 more harm as you feel the life being drained from you.
Oh, fuck. This is not good.
At that, can
He's
Cat
doing
move?
some freaky shit.
Well, what does either
yeah,
Sarah
there's-
or Twitch want to do in this situation?
Well, immediately after Twitch tackled this man to the ground,
Elliot tackled
Twitch
to the
didn't-
ground.
Oh, well,
Twitch
sorry,
is
sorry.
still standing by with his
right,
mag light.
right. As soon as Elliot tackled this man to the ground, Sarah immediately, assuming it looks like they were gonna have it handled, so she went and knelt by the woman to check her out.
All right, I want you to go ahead and read a bad situation. That is roll plus sharp. That is an 8. That is a mixed success, so you get to ask me 1 question.
All right.
Your questions are, what are my best way in? What are my best way out? What are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What is the best way to protect the victim? I assume you probably want that last one,
Yes,
considering you're
please.
checking out the lady.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So as you go to check her out, you'll notice that she is looking very drained. And one thing you didn't fully realize before, but now that you get a close look, there is a seam around her face. More so, you notice this is Molly, the girl from your archaeology class. There's a seam. Basically, it looks like it's starting to it looks like there's a peeling that is happening along her cheek and around her chin mark. The best way to protect the victim would be to get her the hell out of here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to pull us to our feet. She's completely unconscious.
She is completely unconscious right
Okay,
now,
Well, I'm gonna try.
and she looks pretty beat up as well.
Is anything broken?
I would probably say that would require more work than you've probably put in.
That's fair.
All you can really figure out is that she's beat up and unconscious,
Okay.
and that with your sharp 8, the only thing that you really realize is that you got to get her out of here.
That's fair. So I guess I'm gonna go behind her and I'm gonna put my arms underneath her armpits and kind of like gently kind of drag her.
Yeah, kind
out
of like
this.
a one of these where you almost
Yeah.
like a non-violent full Nelson where you just get them both arms underneath and you're just dragging her back.
Yeah.
All right. So I will let you go ahead and do
Can
that. What is
I-
Twitch doing?
Can I like sort of help Sarah? And I'm gonna put my longboard underneath the girl so that way we can have an easier time dragging her back because she'll be on wheels.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't really think that's gonna take like a move or anything. I'll just say that like, you guys have a +1 going forward for anything for anything involving getting her out of the situation. For doing that.
Okay, let me see. There's something I think it's like
Well, there's protect someone, but you're not protecting her because you're
Protect
not
someone
trying
with
to stop somebody from taking harm.
right. Let's see here. I think something I could do to help.
You could
Help
try to
out.
I guess you could try to help out and just have a +1 forward going forward for what's going on here.
So I need to roll plus cool then if I want to help out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it. Twitch will try and help, but he's not very cool.
Yeah, no. Go ahead and mark experience.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
And I get to take a hard move. So,
Do it. Do it.
the hard move that I'm going to take is when you go to place the board underneath her, you drop your mag light because you're just so focused and you're trying to put the board underneath her. And it rolls far enough away from you that you can't immediately grab it again. And
It
the
rolled
cloaked
toward the
figure,
monster, didn't it?
the cloaked figure looks towards you.
Oh shit.
And you get a good look at inside where his face should be. And there isn't one.
Oh shit. Oh shit. This is bad. We gotta go. We gotta go now.
So let's go back to Kat. What are you doing?
So, seeing... my brain went dumb again. Sorry. Seeing Elliot, like, still getting hurt by this dude, she's gonna dive in, and, like, go to, like, bite him in the gut or somewhere since he's full Nelson, chest and upper body exposed. Or, like, if able, she'd try to go for another neck attack, but some kind of bite.
All right, go ahead and investigate a mystery. Or not investigate, sorry, what am I talking about? Kick some ass. That would be weird. I was reading the words, but yeah, go ahead and kick some ass.
I clickied. Give it a second.
It's thinking about it. It's thinking about it.
Maybe. Ooh, you're probably gonna get 2 rolls.
I will take the first one, if we do. If we get a roll...
Let me try to refresh.
Now,
this.
remember,
Oh,
you
there
can
we
roll
go.
plus weird because of your thing. Yeah.
Hey!
That is a complete success. That is only one short of literally the highest number you can roll in this game of 15.
Hell.
15 is quite literally the highest roll you can make in this game because your stats can never get above +3. So yeah, that is a complete success on a kick some ass. So you deal your harm, whatever your harm is, which if I remember correctly, yours is ridiculous.
3.
3. All right. So you deal 3 harm. Yours does not penetrate armor, right?
Yes, it does.
Yours does penetrate armor.
Yeah, I have ignore armor on my
Okay.
bite attacks.
Cool. So yeah, you're able to deal 3 harm, ignoring armor, and you get to take 1 forward, or you get to take one of the effects. You can gain the advantage for taking 1 forward, or give 1 forward to a hunter. You can inflict terrible harm. You can suffer less harm, -1 harm, or you can force them where you want them.
And the terrible harm, is that just +1 or is it double
That's
damage?
+1 harm.
Okay.
+1 harm.
Um,
You can add a harm, or you can remove 1 harm that you're going to take, because every time that you kick ass, even when you succeed, you are going to take some harm.
I'm gonna go ahead. I want to do the ignore harm, but Elliot is hurting, so I'm gonna go ahead and move him where I want him. And with that, like, she goes in for the throat, and she just, like,
Slings
Growl.
him.
yeah, she, like, growls and, like, looks at Elliot for a second before she slings him away from him, just to disconnect. Not too far away that it's, like, he can run and get away easy, but enough that he's not touching Elliot anymore.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, so,
He'll let go.
as you're doing that, the creature turns back to you, like as you like you get him in the gut, right? And as you're slinging him forward, the cloaked figure takes his free hand that Elliot has now, like that the other hand that Elliot wasn't grabbing onto. Elliot has now since like let go because of what you're doing and being thrown, throwing the entity, and it takes its other hand and basically just slaps you across the face. You take 2 harm. Do you have any armor or anything?
I have 2 armor.
How do you have 2 armor?
Because I took something from another class and I got
Oh,
the
did you take the
invincible
fucking
trait.
invincibility thing? The invulnerability from
Yes, I
the
did.
You
class?
took invulnerability from the
Damn
chosen.
it. You're a fucking tank. Okay, yeah.
I did that on purpose. I thought it made sense. Like, she's monstrous, so
Yeah, no,
ideal,
like,
she'd
I
have
knew
some
that
resistance.
I knew that somebody was going to take invulnerability from the chosen because it's just such a good ability. So yeah, you get slapped across the face for 2 harm, but it doesn't like really phase you that much. And yeah, so the monster has now been thrown across the field in like further into the alley. It is Elliot. What do you want to do?
So, I really want to shoot it, but I also don't want the cops involved.
I wouldn't do that yet.
Here's a good
Yeah.
question. If you're piloting Sean, what would Sean be doing during this?
That's
You know,
a good
he
question.
try,
'Cause I am
you
gonna
know,
be
he would
piloting
try and
Sean.
use his magic in some way to stop this.
Let's see here. What could Sean be doing right now? I bet with all of this happening in the way that it's happening, Sean is probably going to... For everything that we've seen so far, Sean's not necessarily an active attacking type of person. Like, he hasn't really used his combat magic at all. So I'm going to say that he would have run up to the girl, Molly, that Sarah is with, and he would have used magic to heal her for 1 damage, for 1 harm. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll plus weird with nothing
Now
forward.
it's time to get funky.
With nothing forward. And that is literally the highest roll you can get in the game, a 15.
A plus.
A plus-
Yeet.
A plus 3 on a 12 roll, which means, let's see here, on a use magic roll, that means he sets out to do exactly what he wants without issue. He does not have advanced yet, but he does not have advanced yet. Because he can't, because he's not a high enough level, but he has not advanced use magic, but he is going to remove 1 harm from Molly. And then what is Elliot doing?
Is there like a brick or something on the ground?
Why don't you go ahead and are you like looking around for what you can do?
Ooh, my flashlight's on the ground. You can grab my flashlight.
Yeah.
I could, but I don't want to throw your flashlight.
Oh
doesn't-
yeah, don't
yeah.
do that.
Why
know,
don't you,
the thing is,
since you're kind of like
dude,
looking,
it's-
since you're kind of like looking around and trying to figure out what's going on, why don't you read a bad situation?
It is a cop
Okay,
light. Those mag lights are durable.
Yeah, but then it's not near us.
But then
Read
it's
a
not
bad
near, and you might lose it.
situation is sharp.
Yeah, roll plus sharp for read a bad situation. You're sharp. You're a crook, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a 10. That is a complete success. So you get to hold 3 and ask me 3 questions. Best way in, best way out. Dangers we haven't noticed. Biggest threat. What's most vulnerable to me? What is the best way to protect the victim?
What's most vulnerable to me?
So what's most vulnerable to you is the fact that the creature no longer has a hold on anybody. It is far away. And so you have the ability to choose how this engagement's going to go from this point forward, because there's nobody like in the way of whatever you would want to do. You basically don't have to worry about anybody else being involved in your action.
What's the best way to protect the victims?
The best way to protect the victims would be, once again, it's going to be to get her out of here. You can do your best to like hold off or like make yourself a target to get Molly out of here, but the best way to protect the victim for you is to make a ruckus and to sort of like keep his attention while Sarah gets Molly out.
Right. And what's the best way out?
What's the best way out?
Like, are there any side doors in the alley, something like that?
Your best way out is that there is a nearby set of like a stack of pallets outside of a building. There's a nearby stack of pallets outside of like a loading dock near this alleyway. You could probably knock those over, and that would give you enough space for you and your crew to run away.
Okay, so I'm gonna say shit, run, and take off towards the pallets.
All right.
Yeah, at some point Twitch is like, oh shit, this is the Faceless Man.
Yeah, I'm sure like you would have figured this out whenever that happened, and you would have had time to tell everybody to run.
And then I guess I'll kind of stick back and let everyone else go first, and once everyone is through, I'll pass and then just kind of fling the pallets down behind me.
Do I have time to get my flashlight?
Let's see here. So, why don't you, if you're trying to get your flashlight while you're running away, go ahead and act under pressure.
All right. This is cool. This is not going to be good.
For Elliot, I need you to act under pressure. Actually, yeah, I need you to act under pressure to knock it. Hey, that's a 9. That is a
that's
success.
That is a 10 naturally with a -1.
The -1. So on a 9+, the keeper is going to give you a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. So your hard choice is you could get the maglite. But it's going to delay. It's going to delay Elliot being able to knock over the pallets, which might give the monster a chance to like approach again.
Shit. Ah. All right, I'll leave the flashlight.
All right. So really quick before Elliot has a chance to do anything, it's the monster's turn, but he has just been flung, and he is standing up and beginning to approach, and that's what he has the ability to do. I'll control Sean really quick. Sean, please tell me I just minimized that. Whoops. I thought I just closed my window. Sean is going to, I was trying to click Sean's picture, and I don't know why it didn't like do the thing. Sean is going to use magic. He's going to, one of the things that he's able to do using magic is something beyond human ability or human limitation. Do one thing that is beyond human limitation. He's going to use magic to try and like Luke Skywalker in Hoth Jedi that maglite into his own hand. And so he's going to roll plus weird. With nothing forward. That's
oh my
14.
God.
He's
That's...
good at magic. And yeah, so without a hitch, he absolutely just goes ahead and grabs that flashlight. It just flies into his hand. He tips it to you, and he starts running.
Nice.
Sarah, it is your turn. What are your plans for getting Molly out of here right now?
I guess I'm just like dragging her out of the alley and, you know, kind of going along the sidewalk.
Don't forget the things. Okay, so you're just trying to like get her out without
I
under your own volition.
Yeah, I want to get her out altogether. You know what? Actually,
she is still on my longboard, right? Helping out with that.
I mean, you very like yes, you got it to the longboard, but aside from that, you lost your maglite. So yeah, it's on the longboard.
Cool.
I guess I'm gonna be like, hey, so Khufu, I could really use your help. I don't know how to fix her. Can we heal her again?
Go ahead and roll to use magic, which is your weird. Roll plus weird.
Now it's time to get funky.
Ooh.
That's a 9. So that is a
Really
mixed
close,
success. Which means that it works imperfectly. Choose your effects and a glitch. I'll read the glitches to you. So the effect I assume you're choosing is to heal 1 harm.
Yes.
Okay. You heal 1 harm from an injury. So yeah. She's looking much better now. You can assume that at this point, Molly is no longer unstable.
Okay, good.
With that being said, you have to choose a glitch.
Okay.
The effect is weakened. The effect is of short duration. You take 1 harm, ignore armor. The magic draws immediate, unwelcomed attention. It has a problematic side effect.
I'll take 1 harm.
You'll take 1 harm? Alright, so You feel your own life force drain out of you as you physically push it into Molly. Take 1 harm, ignoring armor. Molly heals that harm.
All right. I
Um,
can take it. I got 3 more harms before I'm dying.
yeah, that is exactly how that works. You. Let's see here. You're good. You're good. So that is everything that you can do right now. And so I assume after healing, you're still trying to get her out.
Yep.
All right. Let's go back to Kat. Kat, what are you doing?
Cat is gonna go ahead and just like charge the enemy again. And she's like growling and basically frothing at her deformed dog mouth when she like dives in and goes to bite him like on the leg or something, somewhere that she can like dive in and then try to back off so she doesn't get hit or can try to avoid it.
All right. Roll to kick ass. That's an 11, so you can choose. So you deal your harm, which is another 3 harm, and you choose 1 extra effect.
This time she's gonna do extra damage, so it'll be 4 harm.
All right, so you're dealing 4 harm to the monster. So you do that. The monster, ready for you this time, rather than being kind of like surprised, is going to grab you. As you go in, you're kind of like, where are you biting him?
How is he positioned? Is he standing, or did I throw him and he fell to the ground?
He fell to the ground, and on his turn, he kind of like got up to a kneeling position. And was like
Okay.
looking at you guys.
He
But
got
you
up to
can't tell
kneeling.
because in the emptiness of his hood, there is no face.
Okay, so this will potentially hurt me, but she's gonna go in and she's gonna try to like bite off his fucking hand, like fuck up one of his hands, because that's what he's apparently using to do damage with. So she wants to try and inhibit his ability to damage
All right. Yeah.
from her perspective.
Yeah. And so you're trying to deal terrible harm. Well, yeah. So you grab him, and yeah, you deal 4 damage to him, ignoring armor, and he gets his other hand that you grab onto his hand, and you don't hear any sound come out of him in the most like weird way possible. Like he seems hurt. Everything about his like posture and how he's dealing with it looks like he's hurt, but there's
But
no
he's been
scream.
silent.
There's no scream. There's no exhalation of air. It's just complete silence as it takes its other hand and grabs you around the throat. You take 2 harm, ignoring armor.
Ooh, okay, ouchie.
All right.
Gotcha.
And that is your turn. Up next is Elliot. Elliot, what is your
So-
plan?
He originally was gonna run and do the thing, but he saw that Cat didn't
Like
really
back off?
run.
Cat's aggressive.
Cat is very
So,
aggressive.
Was there
Also buying
any
them more time.
sturdy, heavy object on the ground that he would have noticed when he was looking around formulating a plan?
I'm sure there's some like busted up wooden planks over by where those pallets are. You could probably grab one of those, and there's a good chance it probably has some nails in it.
So he'll grab one of those, and you said the thing is now holding Cat like up.
Yeah, it like in a chokehold.
He'll go for like the kneecaps and just kind of swing at him.
All right. So are you so you're trying to like deal damage, right?
Yeah,
All right.
trying
Roll
to hurt this thing, get it to drop her so they can run.
roll to kick some ass. That is a 7. So that is a mixed success. On a mixed success on kick some ass, you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established parameters. I'd say based on your fucking nail board that you're hitting him with, you deal like 2 harm. It does not ignore armor, but you deal 2 harm with that thing. And you don't get to choose an extra effect. But as you knock him from his feet, the robe just falls to the ground, like completely and totally empty. The hand on Cat's neck disappears, and you feel a gust of wind as a pile of black sand takes to the sky and just disappears.
And you said I also took 2 harm?
You didn't take any harm because you quote unquote killed it.
Okay, cool. I was about to say I'm unstable, but now I'm back at 3 harm.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you have the
Cat's
ability
mouth goes back to normal.
to.
Let's
You
get
have
the fuck out of here.
you have a nasty looking like
That was
handprint
the
on
face.
your
That was
on
the
your
faceless
throat.
man. That was the faceless man.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Cat's like doing like she's like wiping her face, doing her best to kind of like clean off, and then she just wants to fucking go.
We've got to look at the research notes, like everything you guys have on the faceless man. We've got to find out how to destroy this thing. There's got to be some kind of way. If it can be summoned, it can be unsummoned, right?
I guess. I'm not that well versed in.
I'm looking at you here, archaeology major.
Oh, am I in earshot? Have you run out?
Yeah, they're, you guys are all still within earshot of each other, and he's asking like you got to go see the archaeology notes.
Okay, what are we gonna do about Molly? She's still unconscious.
Oh, look, I can't keep bringing.
And her
I
face
can't keep
looks like
bringing
it's
people to my
going to peel
apartment.
off.
I can't keep bringing people to my apartment. Especially not this late. Well, actually, no, what time is it?
At this point in time, it's probably about like 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
Miles's bitch ass goes to bed at 9:30 p.m. Actually, we could take her to my apartment if we needed to.
That could also go horribly wrong. Imagine waking up in an apartment surrounded by strangers.
Well, strangers
well, not
and Sarah.
all strangers.
Strangers and Sarah.
We just
She
gotta
might
make sure she's the
recognize
first person she's seen.
I'm guessing taking her to, the student health center is out of the question.
Yeah, just because we need to brief her potentially. Like, we don't need her. Like, she might get locked up in a loony bin if she starts spewing about it.
Right.
So
We could take her to the student medical center. We just don't know what she's gonna say to people.
well, but I think honestly, like, we couldn't see a face. She couldn't see a face. If anything, somebody attacked her. She doesn't know who.
She hasn't seen our faces yet either. So that's
So
just drop her off and leave her. Which is what I
Yeah.
suggest.
it's just we'll have to keep an eye on her because it could come back. Having her with us is just safer since she's one of the people that have gone missing, and that thing could come back.
Here's an interesting question, John. Is there like
So I will say, up to this point, Molly had not gone missing.
Oh, okay,
Right.
never mind then.
how often have people been going missing?
It is maybe like in the last like month or so, you've seen maybe 1 or 2 people go missing a month. It has been a
Okay.
very slow drip.
Very infrequent.
Very infrequent. There doesn't seem to be a matter to it. It's just suddenly like people see them one day and then the next day they don't show up. They're gone for 2 or 3 days, and when they come back, they don't really seem to notice any difference.
Well, then maybe she's good. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe the thing can only manifest every so often, and maybe she's fine for now. But we can take her to the student health center and then keep an eye on her.
Yeah, that'll at least rouse the least suspicion. And to my knowledge, and I mean, I guess to all of our knowledge, she's just a normal human. So
Okay,
We
well,
have to
what
go to campus
excuse are we
anyway.
using when we bring her there?
We just found her in an alley. She was unconscious. She was hurt.
you recognized her, and like we were gonna help. It was just if we find someone in the street, we're gonna help. We're not monsters.
I'm not going
Well-
into the student health center. You're the only face that they will recognize. You're the only person, or you and Kat are the only two that have any business being in there. So you two can carry her in there, but I'm not going in. And I'm willing to bet Sean and Elliot aren't going to want to go in either.
There are several thousand students on this campus. They don't recognize any of us.
But I mean, they can head back to Twitch's, and we can just take her there.
We could
we
wait
can barely
for.
hear you there, Elliot.
Aside from the fact that he kind of looks like dirty and not the most professional, he is student-ish age. He's only like 25.
I'm just thinking like a big crowd is going to draw more attention than a small crowd bringing this girl in. So just like have 2 female students bring in this unconscious female student. We could go away to the McMurphy building or something, since that's where we were heading anyway.
I mean, that
Your
kind
friend,
of fits.
Sarah, you're friends with her, right? Says Sean. You could use this as a guise of you noticed that she fell or something at school, or she fell in her apartment, and you're taking her in to help because at this point her wounds aren't grievous enough to be anything like crazy.
Yeah.
You
They're
could,
not bad enough to have called an ambulance.
and you're the kind of person that if they ask, you can give her your name because you are friends with Molly.
$2. Yeah, that sounds good. Then, Cat, I guess let's head on out.
Gotcha.
I don't
And
think
Cat will help. Like we can get on either side of Molly and like one arm
Arms over
around
our
the sides.
shoulders. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right.
Then we'll make our way to the Student Health Center right here. Right here's the Student Health Center.
Right in this area.
Yeah.
All right. That's a bit of a distance away. You guys were up here,
Well,
but that is the Student Health Center.
I'm basing it because our campus has the Student Health Center away from everything.
Which makes the most sense.
Yep. Which actually is common in a lot of campuses to have it far away from everything else, which is inconvenient.
All right. And with that, you guys are complete for this part of the session. This is going to be the end of official episode 1, not just like the meeting of people episode, but this is the end of official episode 1. So, with that, let's go ahead and ask the questions. At the end of the session, we ask 4 questions, and this will be the end of this quote-unquote session. Did we, what does that say? Did we conclude the mystery? No.
No.
Did we save somebody from certain death, or worse?
Yes.
Yes.
Did we learn something new and important about the world? That last one is important.
Yep.
Something
Yeah.
important. Did we learn something new about or important about one of the hunters?
Wait, did we learn something new and important about the world? Was that a yes or no?
Twitch learned that, like, the backstory between...
That's
Dick
important about
Hardwood.
hunters.
That is important
That's
about
for
the
the hunter.
hunters.
Yeah,
so that's
I
a
learned-
hunters, yes.
I
Yeah,
mean,
so
we
that's 2
figured
yeses
out
at
if we
least.
do enough damage to that dude, he'll fucking dip, and also he he is a
We learned-
horrifying thing.
We learned that they are not trying to summon the Faceless Man. We learned that they have already summoned the Faceless Man.
That too.
Yeah. So I would say that that's 3 yeses, in which case everybody gains 2 experience.
Which means I level up.
Ding, ding.
Hooray!
I thought the hunters were us.
You are the hunters.
We are the
We are.
hunters.
Okay.
Yeah, you learned something new about the hunter,
Mhm.
and you learned something new about the world,
Okay.
and you saved somebody from mortal danger.
Cool. Yes.
So which improvement do I want to take?
Let's find out at the beginning of next episode, because it is time for us to take our break during this batch recording session, and we will be back in a couple of minutes for us next week for
Yeah.
you guys.
Bye.
Aw.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Hey, thanks for listening to episode 1 of our new podcast. If you enjoyed it, make sure to tell your friends, as it's the fastest way for us to spread. I'm planning on having these go up on iTunes and Google Podcasts in audio form, but you can always find the videos on YouTube with added map visuals. I'm probably running out of time, so thanks for stopping in, and remember, thinking the boogeyman is after you is only paranoid if it isn't true.